Hello and welcome to the Kony App Platform V8 Learning Series. In this video, we will provide an overview and walkthrough of the App Platform V8 Marketplace and Component Model. We'll start with the new Kony Marketplace and import a sample starter app. Then, we'll cover the new component architecture. Finally, we will assemble an application from these components using the low-code tools in Visualizer. With App Platform V8, we've relaunched a whole new marketplace, curated and reimagined with a set of assets that enable a quick start to application development. These assets span everything from pre-built sample applications, end-to-end application components, lower-level UX components, pre-built data connectors, and more. The new marketplace is tightly integrated into Visualizer and the Visualizer library palette. Take this employee directory app. This is a fairly simple but fully fleshed out sample app, which is built from our new component architecture. Here, you can see in-depth documentation, sample videos, and screenshots. Now I'm going to import the app directly into my Visualizer workspace. When I import the app into Visualizer, not only are my front-end assets carried through, but the app data model and middleware services are merged into my Fabric middleware app. I am now going to use the App Preview Run option to preview the app on my iOS device. Once I launch the native app from App Preview, you will notice that the app is a full end-to-end app, pointing to my Fabric middleware backend. This app already includes a user repository, allowing me to log in based on pre-populated users in Fabric. Additionally, this app also includes a database of employees, which you see here in the directory screen. The application that we just saw was more than just an application built from widgets and middleware services. This app takes advantage of the new component architecture that is the central facet of the V8 release. This directory app is built from three components: a login component, a directory component, and a menu component. Starting with the new Kony Marketplace, we will take these three components and import them into Visualizer and Fabric. Kony App Platform components include the front-end user interface and logic, along with a configuration contract. This configuration contract exposes business properties to the end user, making it easy to set up and configure an application with as little code as possible. In addition, the component includes all of the associated Fabric middleware services necessary to make the component function end-to-end. These can include identity services, a virtual app data model, mapping and transformation to my backend, storage services, and integration services into the backend system of record. These Kony App Platform components are truly end-to-end and pre-wired. What we'll do now is launch the new marketplace directly from the Visualizer canvas and construct the employee directory app from the individual components. This login component has a deep contract of configurable properties and middleware services, which are documented here along with the screenshots, integration details, and video examples. When we import this component, it will be directly integrated into the Visualizer collection library. I'll drag and drop this login component directly onto the Visualizer canvas. What you'll notice is an array of configurable business properties for the user to set. Properties like Touch ID, password, and login ID field strength rules, and a lot more. Again, these properties control every aspect of the component from the front end all the way to the back end. Next, I'll drop the directory component on a separate form, which we previously imported from Marketplace. I'll go back to the login form, back to the login component. Notice that each of these components includes with them a set of events that have been exposed by the component creator. In this case, I have a login success event. As a user assembling an app, I only need to know that this is fired when the login is successful. I'll add a simple action sequence to this event. Then, I'll add a navigation action to direct the user to the second directory form. Notice that I'm creating workflow logic without having to write any JavaScript code. Now that I'm done dropping my components and wiring them together, I'll run the app. Notice, like in the first example, I have a fully functional app in just minutes, without having to build the UI from scratch and without having to write a lot of code. Let's show how configurable these components are. In the case of my login component, I'm going to activate the Touch ID property. By doing so, I am invoking logic implemented by the component creator to call the native iOS Touch ID API, just by setting a simple property. I'll run the app again and you can see how the Touch ID authentication is immediately available to me just by setting a property. Each component that we just demonstrated includes a virtual app data model in Fabric. In the case of this directory component, this includes an app data model that comprises employee directory tables. In this case, the app data model is mapped to Kony Fabric built-in storage objects. We will learn in a later tutorial how we can remap the virtual app data model to a different business system. This concludes the App Platform V8 Marketplace and Component Model introduction. For more information and to get started, please visit Kony.com.